It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's our visiting team and our home team. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, wild first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you said, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of...
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee, and off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down. They'll look to throw. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. We're about ready now for the punt. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback who played his college ball, Greg, at the University of Florida.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. That is caught out wide on the RPO, and they'll take this down inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Chicago. Now, faking the give. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Push down to his left.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. And And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
He'll drop to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. He's got room past the 25. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket.
And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play.
This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Open man, left side, he's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Handoff here, up the middle. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Tight end motioning left. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Chicago. Send a man in motion right. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll get this out wide. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. And he overshoots everyone. It's through the back of the end zone and incomplete. So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. That one is good. And the visitors will take a 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
This is fielded inside the 5. And and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. Back to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass. 3rd down and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find the receiver, and down he goes.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key 3rd downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
This one, fielded. Now a hit, and he lost the football.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong in these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline knowing they just put their defense in a really bad spot.
Up the middle they go. Not much there, maybe a yard. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to hit him with a screen. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's a run with their tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 5.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled first half continues. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! A special moment as the rookie catches his first NFL touchdown.
And the more they can develop this young tight end, Mike, it just gives this quarterback additional weapons. And
of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay is going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. The extra point, up and good. And his guys move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you pooch it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you had the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember where a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down, a pickup of 8.
1st down, Chicago.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They run on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. He'll step up and run this. 3rd and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
He'll try to set up the screen here. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. His kick is good. And the visitors are on top. It's now 10-7.
Our home team, 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. They'll get across the 20, mark them down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now give on the ground. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
At the 43-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Forced to his right. Now he'll run. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down. It's first down, and they'll run. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 22-yard line.
Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. That's an incompletion. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And his guys will level the score at 10 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. They send a receiver in motion left. So second down, and they'll run it. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
43-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. The tight end motioning left here. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field, and let's see what caused it. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight, and it's second down. Go right and find his running back. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for 3rd down. He's going to take a shot down the field. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. They get big yardage on the deep ball. A gain of 48.
Chicago.
I love the aggressive approach. You don't want to give the ball back to your opponent in this situation. So they dial up a shot play, push the ball downfield, results in a massive play here late in the first half.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline. Back to the air one more time. Taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? Taking off, he'll try to get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately here, one of his teammates quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. So, fourth down, and out comes the field goal unit. This from 30 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
They'll look to throw. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. It is 3rd and long.
Makes it 3rd down and 12.
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now it's 2nd and 1. He'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 7, and he'll take this one in. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it. And the visitors add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
It's a gain of 7.
Now, faking the give. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Third down and 3 yards to go.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage here on 3rd down. They took away all of the outlets the quarterback had. Really left them with no opportunity other than to just throw that ball away. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hanson and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this 2nd half. Woo. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. And we'll give him 4 yards. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. Now here's a keeper on the zone read.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and 2.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. And now here comes the punt team, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. His throw left side is complete. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
It's 2nd and inches.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be out of bounds as the 1st down completion nets about 3. Now he takes off. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Chicago.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be forced out of bounds, a very short gain. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down. So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. This one from 52 yards away. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And their lead will stay right where it is.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
They'll run on 2nd down. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one complete, right side. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
He's going to run it. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
No problem there on the extra point. And his guys are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A short one taken at the 10. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball, winning on third.
And he's in! What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice. but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And the visitors will extend this third quarter lead.
Visitors 27. Our home team 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A 3-yard pickup.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
He takes off. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. The throw on the run is complete. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. I hit that a little too well. It lands a couple of yards in the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And mark them down up beyond the 30. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there. Works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. To the air now on 1st and 10. Rolling right, it's taken in. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 14 on the pickup. First down, Chicago.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's a run to begin the fourth quarter. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
He'll try to run for it. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. That is a gain of 22. And it sets up first down and goal.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he will score. Game on. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Visitors 27. Our home team 24.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. We'll start at the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. One of the tight ends in motion right. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Flush to his right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. But they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Throwing now from the gun. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 23 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
From the 24 now, here's second and a couple. Now they'll set up to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with first and 10. Quick throw here is complete. Here comes second and 4. Receiver in motion, headed left. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Chicago.
Now a give up the middle. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's second and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got his man at the 6. The elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up first and goal.
First and goal, Chicago.
You never know which play is going to be the one that sways the game in your favor, and That could be it right there. I mean, to set up 1st and goal with that last pass completion.
And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
The extra point is up and through, and the visitors will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
On the deep ball. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Throw across his body is complete, and he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Chicago.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Chicago. Now, this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. And he's brought down after a gain of the couple. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here is 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Oh, the elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Here is 1st and goal. He'll run. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. They'll run here. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
All right, so right now what you're telling your play caller is, Mike, you've got 2 downs. You don't need to get it here on 3rd. If you could put yourself in position to use 4th, we're going to do it. So call your best 2 plays you have them both ready because you have to score here. They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and It puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs...
And it's a touchdown! They have gotten to within one, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So, out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
They'll come up for 2nd and 9. They'll stick to the ground. And he's going to be taken down, and that will do it. 4 quarters, no winner. Let's keep going. We're off to overtime. So, overtime coming up. Quick reminder of the rules. Each team guaranteed 1 possession. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts. All the replays come from upstairs. If this first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now faking the give. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a first throw here in overtime. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And that'll be good for a gain of about 4 as he is forced out of bounds. They send the tight end in motion. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Little short pass here. Caught by his tight end. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
You just have to have a better plan coming into the game when you're facing this sort of pass rush. You are not going to be able to sit there with long developing plays and pat the ball in the pocket. It has to be read 1, read 2, check down. Get the ball out of your hands. Protect your offensive lineman a little bit.
This fielded inside the 35. Oh, looked like he may have had a seam for a moment, but is taken down after a solid return. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Off play action, he'll set up to throw. Got a man coming across the field, he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Incomplete.
2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was no... Well, it's going to bring up a 4th down. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. So now, a big spot coming here. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So the fans going to head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.